start popping on from whatever platforms they are viewing, and we'll get this thing going if Instagram cooperates. It's kind of like the truculent child in the classroom. The whole class is sitting there waiting for this one to catch up. There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I got to show comments. I don't want to miss out on all your lovely comments because we have such fun when I riff on whatever you put in the feed. So, good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day with a frog in my throat. So we'll work our way around that. Have some interesting things to talk about today. And I'm in kind of a contemplative mood. Good morning, Nancy. You're the first one here today. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Kind of a contemplative mood. There's especially after reading today's card, it's kind of like, really? Okay, all right, we'll take a look at this again. And needing the time, which I have today, which is fabulous. Good morning to whomever else just popped on. Glad you are here. Abigail, good morning, good morning. So, like the daisies, those are fun. Her little thumbnail has daisies in it. So hopefully, rather than just fluffing this one off, like, oh yeah, I've done that. I'm past that. I'm ready for the next thing. I hope you can hear this call to action. It's a call we've had repeatedly. And again, as I typically say, when something comes up once, we can kind of blow it off. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. When something comes up twice, we want to perk our little intuitive ears up. When it comes up multiple times, we need to go, okay, what am I missing here? What am I missing? Or my famous question, what am I pretending not to know? What am I pretending not to know? So to me, today's card is a what am I pretending not to know card. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad to have you here. So as the practical rebels all keep rolling in here, let's begin with some breath. And I want it to be a more contemplative breath, just the kind that allows you to go within and really discern. And so it's going to be slow today. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do it to a count of 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, out. In, out. And just keep that going. A rhythmic breath, a cleansing breath, a breath that allows you to go within, be discerning. Let's see what the insides have to tell us today. So, what I want to do is I'll read it first, and then I want to do a little exercise to take you within, and let's just check in and see what the inner guidance is wanting you to know today. So, our card deck is from the Higher Intuitions deck again, which this really surprised me. I was surprised this deck has popped up repeatedly. It's Kristy Robinett and Johna Gibson Bowman, and our animal for the day is the horse. And it's freedom. Our word is freedom. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. Freedom. So take a breath. Let it go. Keywords: freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, courage. The quote is by, this is Thucydides. Yeah. Thucydides. The secret of happiness is freedom. The secret of freedom is courage. Horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards to your time of transformation and newfound freedom. Does it feel, you love horses? Fabulous. Well, here's a beautiful one for you to look at. Does it feel to you like we are in a transformative time? To me, it certainly does. With the stuff that's been going on astrologically, with the stuff that's been going on Nationally and internationally, it is a time of transformation. Not very pretty sometimes, but transformation nonetheless. It says sometimes it is easier to just sit in your fuzzy pajamas and hope that life will change, and yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit and your soul. Again, there comes the question, what are you pretending not to know? Where in your life are you not truly being you? Where you are not truly exercising the gifts you've been given that you came here to exercise? Be honest with yourself as you can be about that. We'll get there in a moment. However, Horse tells you that it is time to dream big. It may be time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic, or it could be that you feel stifled by your current career choice. Freedom doesn't mean that you have to give up your entire life, but instead allow yourself to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. It takes courage, but the end result will be a positive one. Spend some time in nature, taking in the feeling of the wind in your hair. Breathe in nature's goodness and just be. You were on yesterday's YEMIG. How did you manage that, girlfriend? Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. Welcome. Thank you for all the fun stuff, including the rainbow. Breathe in nature's goodness and just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see the proper path. Sometimes we have to clean the lenses of our perspectives because we can't truly see where we're supposed to go next. What's the next step? And many of us, I am so guilty of this, want to see 12 steps down the road. And really, that's not how it goes. It's not how it goes, guys. We can see the next step. Sometimes, yes. Once in a while, we might get a glimpse of a step or two beyond that. But again, faith and trust are things, and we wouldn't have to exercise them if we could see the whole bloody path, right? So, only being able to see the next step, recognize that as an opportunity to practice faith and trust, right? Welcome to all of you who are here whose names aren't rolling. Good morning, Julia. Yes, glad you are here. Good morning. Good morning. So, and I love this deck. And yesterday it irritated me, and so I didn't cooperate with it because it will tell us all this stuff, and then the very last line is always a zinger. Okay, so and I can't remember what yesterday's zinger was, but I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not saying that. So I blew it off. I didn't give you the last line from yesterday, but the last line from today. So first it says, just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see the proper path. Then it drops in there, seemingly out of nowhere. Horse could also mean that it's time for you to move house locations into the country. What? Where did that come from? Right? So there's our card. That one I felt okay sharing. The other one was like the card moved us forward, had us looking where we're going, and the last line was something that would have drawn us to look into the past. And I'm like, no, we're not ending on that note. Forget it. So I made the executive decision to not put that last line in the other day. So let's take a moment and let's figure this out a little bit. But I want to figure it out from heart and soul perspective, not from logic and reason. Heart and soul. So if you're able, I'd like you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and allow yourself to go within. And you may go, well, where do I go within? Don't worry about it. Just allow yourself. You may be kind of wandering around the rooms of your interior. That's okay. Some of you may land in your heart space. Some of you may land in your solar plexus, your power center. Some of you may land in your throat. Wherever you go, allow it to just be what it is. No judgment of where you land. Just, okay, this is where I'm guided to go today. All right? And I want you to breathe on that word freedom. Just take some nice deep breaths on that word freedom. Almost like freedom, the word becomes the path. And begin to move on that word freedom. And feel the courage within yourself building, tapping into your inner font of courage. You have courage. We all have courage. Sometimes we've deluded ourselves to believe that we're too afraid, and we don't, but we do. We all do. And I want you to allow to come into your mind's eye the anchors. That's the word the card used today, anchors. The anchors in your life, the anchors tied around you. And I want you to notice something. How many of those anchors were tied on by you? Just kind of dispassionately inventorying the anchors. And I want you to notice your level of attachment to those anchors. There are going to be some that you are far more attached to than others. Some will seem like big anchors. Maybe they've got multiple cords connecting to you. Others are just some little bitty ones. Maybe they're the flotsam and jetsam that have kind of hooked on and are along for the ride, and you didn't even really realize they were there. And I'd like you to discern within your heart and soul, I'd like you to discern, am I better off today cutting loose a large anchor or letting go of several of the little ones? Trust the message that comes to you. And breathe. And you may feel inclined to go one direction. Yep, I'm just going to get rid of a bunch of little anchors. And that wisdom within is saying, no, time to address a big one. Or vice versa. You may be going, I'm going to tackle the big kahuna here. And your inner wisdom is saying, no, just deal with a bunch of the little ones. Maybe it's just deal with one little one. It is absolutely divinely perfect, however it's coming to you. And breathe. What is ready to go? What is ready to be blessed on its way? And what is perceived as an anchor for you may actually be a gift for someone else. So blessing it on its way, turning it loose, may allow whomever it's supposed to assist next to receive it. So I want you to imagine that you pick up this anchor and you're holding it in your arms. And you may go, well, Bonnie, it's way too big for that. That's fine. Put your arms around a part of it, just connecting with that anchor. Or maybe a bunch of little ones and you're holding them in your hands. Whatever feels right to you. And this may seem counterintuitive, but just play along. I want you to thank that anchor or anchors for having served you. For some reason, they attached. Most often, us attaching them or them becoming attached to us out of some kind of circumstance or situation, may have been traumatic, may have been obligatory, whatever it is. But just really tuning into that anchor, those anchors, whatever it is, thanking it or them for their contributions to your life. Perhaps those are anchors that allowed you to feel safe. Perhaps those are anchors that kind of kept your head down so that others' disapproval wouldn't come your way. whatever purpose those anchors served, or that anchor, thanking it for having been there. But now letting it know that you're done. You don't need that anymore. It has served its purpose. It has done its duty, and it's time to be released. And then you have options for the disconnecting it. You may untie it just with your hands. You may call in, usually when I'm doing this with a client, we call in Archangel Michael with his cobalt blue sword, and either then we ask Michael to cut it for us, or we take the sword from Michael and cut it. You may find whatever tool you need near your feet. It could be an axe, it could be a sword, it could be a knife, some instrument that allows you to cut that cord. So whichever option presents itself and whichever option you choose to take, feel free to do so now. Severing that cord on that anchor. And then you can decide again. Perhaps Archangel Michael takes that anchor with him and deposits it with whomever it's meant to go. Perhaps you just leave it lying on the ground there for whomever comes along next to pick up, if they so choose. But in whatever way feels right to you, separate yourself from that anchor. Good morning from the Netherlands. Glad to have you here. Namira, fabulous. We're just doing a little guided imagery right now. So leaving that anchor there in some way or sending it off. And then you take a step in a direction. Doesn't matter if it feels like the right direction. It's just moving you off of the spot that you're currently inhabiting. And I want you to see how easily you move without that anchor attached to you. Just moving. Maybe you walk in a circle just to get a sense of what it feels like not having that attached to you anymore. And then I want you to rub your hands together. And perhaps you can still see that anchor, like if it's lying on the ground near you, or perhaps you can see Archangel Michael hauling it off, just sending energy, blessing that anchor on its way. You are done with it. Blessing that anchor on its way. Off it goes. You are separate from it now. And I'd like you to take the rest of the day to just spend some time checking in with yourself on, okay, what is it like now not having this anchor attached? What is it like now not having this anchor attached? Revisiting to notice, what is it like without this? And some of you may find you feel lighter. Some of you may find a freedom to move around more easily. Some of you may feel a sense of longing, like, oh, that's been around so long and now it's gone. Grieve that. Grieve that. Allow that to register and be what it is. There's no wrong answers here. There's no wrong feelings. You feel how you feel about this, but you have chosen to let it go, to let it be done. And you've created freedom for yourself. And then don't rush to fill in any open space that you feel. Allow it to be open space. We want to show up in that open field and see what presents itself to us. See who presents themselves to us. It can be all manner of things, but just allowing that freedom to be there for now. Feeling into it. Okay, so another nice deep breath. Let it go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you want to put in the feed what you let go of, that'd be great. Up to you. You might want to do some journaling about it. Be a little cautious though, because sometimes there's that part of us that is loath to change, that wants to go chasing after that anchor and tie it back on. If so, address that part of you, comfort that part of you, be present for that part of you, but don't pick the anchor back up. You just went through the process of letting it go. Relationships, there we go. There we go. Especially the obligatory ones. We are not obligated to take a huge chunk of ourselves and put it into these obligatory relationships. Again, Neil, you've got a saying that goes along with that. People are in our lives for a reason, a season, and something. What about these people? Perhaps they were meant to be walking the path with you for a short span of time, and they've just kind of glommed on and they were being dragged along, and now you've released them. They have the option. They can walk their own path. They can continue to stagger along on yours. You're moving on. You're moving on. Lifetime, a reason, a season, and a lifetime. So be clear with yourself about the people in your life. Is it a reason? Is it a season? Is it a lifetime? And know that they also get to be making those choices themselves. So that is our card for today. Freedom, freedom, freedom. One more nice deep breath. Let it go. Have an awesome Wednesday. No, Thursday. Whatever day it is. It's Thursday. I see my baby tomorrow. Yes. Have an awesome Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early, way early. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Yay, you for letting go of an anchor. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.